Rusty Rusty Rose. Rusty Rose is one of the seven kin of purgatory. He went onto the island. He fought against Evergreen and Elfman. They both, were fighting against this guy. He was using Arc of Embodiment magic. He could create things that, like, if it exists, then he could create it. That is basically how it works. If he's seen it, he can create it with his, mind, essentially. But it has some limitations, of course. This character is not, the most powerful. You know, he was able to not get petrified and create like clones of himself and um, create, he could create Elfman's, half beast arm and attack with it. He ended up summoning a tower that was, powerful. It destroyed, it actually defeated Elfman and Evergreen, both of them. He defeated both of them. Then he was, walking around in the forest, looking for other people to fight. Then he found the camp where everybody was at, and everybody, jumped him. Elfman, Evergreen, and, Freed had to, jump this guy. He was playing games too much. Um, he was one of the ones that survived and, like, didn't defect necessarily. When the guild was, when it was all said and done, the guild dissolved or whatever, he was still like, oh my God, I love this guild. I love this dark guild. I want to, like, not see it go, so he created, like, eventually this happened later on, but he created images of, like, his old friends and shit. And he was acting like they were still a thing when they obviously weren't because they were defeated. But strength for Rusty Rose is 84. Speed is 84. Durability is 82. Endurance is 82. Intelligence is 85. Experience is 85. 83 for his close skills and 84 for his range skills, with his recoup at 80% and an 84 for his hacks. So overall power score is 83.3. And that's for Rusty Rose. Of the seven kin of purgatory, Arc of Embodiment magic. Basically anything that, is seen in the world, he can, create or replicate. But he has, some limitations. But be cool, call on the corner.